I knew the person was so bad for me, and the whole album is honestly mostly about him. Thanks for the inspo.
If someone was to be just now discovering your music and through this album, what song on the album would you steer them to be like, this is quintessentially Ellise?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Are there any concerts that you're going to go see that you're looking forward to?
Okay, this is my most controversial hot take, but I am not a concert person unless
Really?
I'm the one on stage. I know almost no one who hasn't had a crazy horror story in the industry.
So what is this new music that you're talking about?
I wanna see you 6 feet under. I wanna see the casket covered. I'm in the back of the church, wearing my black miniskirt. I wanna see you, I wanna see you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spout Podcast. I'm your host, Tamara Dia, and today we are joined by Ellise. What's up, girl? How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah. Thanks for coming in. I was so excited. I was listening to your album on the way here, actually, which I'm prone to do. So especially with our moody weather, I'm like, this is the perfect music to be listening to right now.
Yeah, it's definitely not Song of the Summer music. It's definitely sad, cold winter day music.
Yeah, it's sexy too, because it's a lot of like moody, yes, but there's a lot of obviously sexual undertones in there that a lot of us can relate to. Specifically the track Bite, which I think is this frustrating thing of going back to the things that have hurt us, but we can't not keep going back to that. Why did you write the song Bite?
I wrote it while I was in that exact situation. At this point, I was in a really deep relationship that had gone on way too long and over 3 years in at this point. Yeah. And I knew the person was so bad for me. And the whole album is honestly mostly about him. Thanks for the inspo. Yeah. But I knew he was horrible for me. At that point, he had cheated on me and I had found out and I took him back after. And so we were in that phase. And I don't know if you've ever attempted doing that, but I am not an advocate for another chance after cheating after that experience, because not even because the other person is not redeemable, but because me going on a tangent immediately, but because I don't think you'll ever get over it. Mm-hmm. You know what? And then it's just a weird dynamic. So anyway, Bite was written in that era where we were kind of going back and forth and I already knew it was horrible, but it quite literally can be an addiction when you are so in love with someone and there doesn't even feel like there's another option of ever being with anyone else. And that was really how I felt for the first time in my life out of all my relationships. So yeah, I think Bite was just kind of me yearning. Yeah.
Oh man, the yearning is so real. We've all been in that situation. That's why I think this song is so relatable.
But baby, I said I didn't need you, but I do. I died just to take another bite of you.
The Kardashians have given us so much in pop culture, but best of all, I think, is Kim Kardashian giving us Skims. I am a Skims girly through and through, and just when I think she could not outdo herself, she does with the Fits Everybody collection. I'm telling you, I wear these thongs every freaking day. They are so comfortable. The bras, you don't even feel like you're wearing anything at all because they are so comfortable. They do not dig into your skin, and best of all, you can't see them through your clothes. So Kim Kardashian is actually saving us from visible panty lines. You can shop Skims Fits Everybody collection right now at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you, select podcast in the survey, and be sure to select our show Spout in the drop-down menu that follows. And if you're looking for the perfect gifts for everyone on your list, the Skims Holiday Shop is now open at skims.com. I'm telling you, your girl will be so happy to see a Skims gift under the tree. And yeah, I agree. It's hard to go back after that trust has been broken, even though your heart wants it so bad. Yeah. The problem is that our heads are in it too, right? So that's where the dichotomy lies. And why Bite is such a perfect song. You released your sophomore album, Pretty Evil, earlier this year. Yes. I saw an interview where you said that the album is about reclaiming your voice. What did you mean by that?
I've been making music for a long time. I started putting out music in 2018. I moved to LA in 2016 when I was just a teenager myself. And along the way, I have had a lot of industry experiences that I feel like have really shaped me and kind of forced me to mature and grow up. It's weird. It's like the industry has forced me to mature in a lot of ways. Like before I noticed all my friends doing it, and you know, my friends were still in high school while I was dealing with like legal things and crazy like team members doing things. But then at the same time, I feel like being in the industry starting at a young age made me almost like stunted my growth in other ways. So it's like this weird push and pull, but I think that in Pretty Evil, I finally was able to just fully use my voice again. It was an indie release. Like it was my first project since leaving this like big industry machine team that had been built around me that I really didn't connect with. Like I didn't feel like anyone at that time cared about me or like cared about my voice. And I feel like there were many times throughout my career that ideas were kind of like fed to me or pushed down my throat. And I was made to feel stupid or bad if I didn't like them or want to do them. So yeah, Pretty Evil was kind of like my first moment back of being like, okay, I'm inspired to make music again. I actually am making songs that I love. I have like an idea of what I want to do. I have a strong concept in my mind again, because I had just lost that for so long. Just I think because of all of the outside pressures and just having not a good circle around me. So yeah, Pretty Evil was definitely like a step back into myself and into like what I actually am passionate about.
So perhaps this album feels more you than any of your other ones?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think when I started making music, I was so young and I didn't know anything, and like ignorance is bliss, right? So I had no other outside pressures in my mind at all creatively when I was creating, and I loved it. And then all of a sudden you have a song get big and now there's a million new people around you that want to tell you to do this or wear this or make this, or this song actually isn't what your fans want from you. And all those voices get so loud, especially when you're young and impressionable and a girl, emphasis on a girl, because the industry just like loves to pick girls apart so crazily. Not that guys don't experience it too, but I do definitely think us women get the short end of the stick there. And I think all of that made me kind of fall out of love with making music for a while. And Pretty Evil was sort of the first time after all that I was leaving a session being like so fulfilled and so happy and like playing the song on loop for days after. So it just holds a special place in my heart.
I find that such a common theme with a lot of the conversations that I've had with artists, and that they feel by their labels kind of boxed into a certain place artistically, and they don't feel like it's usually inherent to who they are. And if they find their way like kind of pushing their way out of the box, and it's years later where they find their voice again on an album. So this has been a common theme.
It definitely is. I mean, out of all my friends who are artists and people I've met along the way, I know almost no one who hasn't had a crazy horror story in the industry. So it's almost like it shouldn't be, but it's like a rite of passage at this point to just get majorly, am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah.
Like majorly over in this industry. And I think it's a predatory industry to artists and creatives by nature. But like love it though.
Yeah.
Love music.
Yeah, all that to say, I mean, at the end of the day, you're an artist, right? So you have to like kind of get that out. It just sucks that the business aspect of it is part of the equation when you're in music.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the track list, because you start with Pretty and then you end with Evil. So what experience do you want the user to get kind of going through this album?
I did the like split up title track because if I could boil the theme of this album down to its like simplest form, it would quite literally just be the cycle of like love and loss. So it's really that like cyclical nature that I wanted to capture in the album, because that really, to me, at least in my experience, every relationship is sort of a cycle. You start as strangers and like you fall in love and everything's amazing. And then all of the negatives that you were too, in love to see in the beginning come out. And sadly, in my experience, every single time, then it gets like horrible and like ugly and really toxic. And then you end up as strangers again. Yeah. And that's like the hardest part to accept, obviously, is the ending up as strangers again. So I wanted Pretty Evil to feel like you're just getting taken through that whole journey. And that was the reason for the theme being that, and also the sonically like having it loop back into itself, because you just, like Charlie XCX said, fall in love again and again, fall in love again and again. So that's the vibe.
You dropped the deluxe edition in June, and you added the tracks Kill For Me, End All Be All, Loser, and Kerosene. How did that deepen the narrative that you were trying to put out on Pretty Evil?
Those songs were all made at the same time as Pretty Evil. Like in the midst of making the album, I was making those, and we were making stuff with the thought in mind already of like, okay, we want a deluxe. Like, what is it going to be? My original idea was actually to have 2 deluxes and have them be split up, like Pretty Evil Prettier and Pretty Evil Eviler. And I was going to do a whole thing there, but it didn't end up working out. But those songs were made with that in mind already. So I knew I wanted 2 of them to be more on the pretty side, where it's like End All Be All is about being so in love and, you know, literally throwing yourself into something crazy for someone just because you love them so much. And then we have like Kerosene and Kill For Me that are more on the side of like, okay, things are ending now. Like this relationship needs to end. Like we need to kill it and end it. So I think the deluxe for me was just expansion and like maybe moments of the story that were not in the standard edition of the album, because when I wrote them, I already kind of knew that I wanted them to fill in the gaps in the deluxe.
I would be remiss not to notice the punctualization and the capitalization. So some of the tracks are capitalized, some are not. Can you talk about that?
Definitely. I just like, I'm a Virgo. I really care about like titles and details and capitalization, punctualization. Like my messaging and everything to me is really important to me. So for it doesn't really have like a deeper meaning, but for the look of it, I wanted Pretty and Evil to be all caps, because that's kind of like the whole point of the album, and then everything else in between to be not capitalized. But then for the deluxe, I wanted that to be all caps too, because I didn't end up putting the deluxe songs on the end of the album. I wanted the end to still be Evil and the beginning to still be Pretty. So I wanted to capitalize them so they would stand out in the midst of like where they fall in the album, so it feels like, oh, here's the new one, it's gonna jump at you. I don't know, I'm just a Virgo.
Yeah, just a Virgo.
Just a girl.
I write in all lowercase, so that's why I notice when people do all lowercase or all uppercase. I was like, there's something there.
Yeah, it's fun. It's cute. I don't have caps on either, but sometimes I'll press the shift button with every sentence if I'm like professional texting.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, fuck, I should probably
exactly.
use correct grammar.
Why was Kill For Me chosen as the opener for the expanded version?
Kill For Me felt to me and still feels to me like such, like, to me that is my classic Ellise sound, for lack of a better word. I love to make like a spooky minor chord progression, like toy piano strings type of Halloween-ish sounding song. And I felt like in the album story, that's kind of where I wanted Kill For Me to land, because the meaning of Kill For Me is like, hey, I can't end this relationship, but I need you to do it for me. Like, if you love me so much, kill the relationship for me, because I'm too much of a pussy. But I think that it needed to go towards the beginning, because even in the beginning of the album is like Leech and like a few other songs where it's like, okay, I already hate this man. But that doesn't mean I'm leaving yet. Like I'm seated. But like the resentment is building, and it's like being known, the air is thick, but it's not time to go yet. So that was kind of my reasoning for putting more of like a negative, like, end of the relationship type of song in the beginning of the album.
Tell me what you kill for me. You know by now I won't put us out of a misery. I'm begging, baby, blow it.
Okay, if you know me at all, then you know that I am obsessed with Skims. I mean, Kim Kardashian really did her big one with this brand, and just when I think that she cannot outdo herself, she does with the Fits Everybody collection. I wear these thongs every day. I am telling you, they are so freaking comfortable, and best of all, you can't see them under your clothes. So no visible panty lines. So if you're wearing leggings or a cute dress, Kim Kardashian is out here saving us from having people see our underwear through our clothes. And the bras are super comfy too. I'm telling you, they don't even dig into your body. It's like you're not wearing anything at all. You can shop Skims Fits Everybody collection right now at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show Spout in the drop-down menu that follows. And if you're looking for the perfect gifts for everyone on your list, the Skims holiday shop is now open at skims.com.
If someone was to be just now discovering your music and through this album, what song on the album would you steer them to be like, this is quintessentially Ellise?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think Kerosene is probably one of my favorites, and I'm very proud of that because to me that feels like old Ellise, like classic, my like Halloween spooky sound, but it feels very evolved. So I would say, and I feel that same way about Bite. So I would say either Kerosene or Bite. I think those would be good places for someone to start. Hopefully they love distorted guitars and like mid-tempo BPMs, or they won't like either of them.
You mentioned Halloween spooky music a couple times now. That's kind of like how you started in that genre. Did you feel like you were maybe pigeonholing yourself a little bit by like moving into that direction and then opening up to like a broader scape in terms of your sound?
You know, it's interesting you asked that because I've had this conversation with like my mom or like my brother, people I talk to about my career and get advice from. I have felt sort of like both ways at times because making the darker music is truly what comes naturally to me. Like that's what I enjoy making. Even when I'm making Pretty Evil and it's not like Halloween music, I'm never probably going to make a super happy, upbeat, hopeful like pop song. That's just not what comes out of me organically. But I have felt in the past like, you know, should I keep riding the spooky wave and like be that girl that is like known as the Halloween girl and like just like let that be my thing? Or is that kind of holding me in and should I try to expand? So Pretty Evil was sort of my like departure from straight up dark pop because it isn't like it has, I think, more synth pop elements and even like, don't come for me, whoever's watching this, but dare I say slight rock elements. And so I was trying to sort of like broaden the world. And now with my new music that's coming out soon, I'm like completely moving away from dark pop, not because I don't love it. And I still think I will continue to make songs that feel like dark and moody. But I think I'm just like, I've grown into wanting to try new things. Yeah.
Which is good. That's growth, right?
Yeah.
So what is this new music that you're talking about?
So I'm going to be putting out a new EP in the beginning, hopefully the beginning of the year, maybe the end of this year. I don't know. But I have like a whole new project that I'm already working on. I've kind of started like teasing it and showing it to my fans and stuff, but I'm very excited for it. It's like I was saying, just like such a sonic departure from everything I've done and even like a conceptual departure from everything I've done. It's a lot less about like a lot of my music in the past has been very like, oh, toxic relationship, heartbreak, cheating, drug abuse, mental health. This music is a lot more focused on sexuality, sexualization of women in the industry, things that just have to do more with like my experience as a woman and growing up in the industry. And yeah, just like, I guess it's a little more adult. It's a little more mature.
Yeah. I mean, you did tease something on your social media and one of the lyrics was about a sex tape.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, where are we going with this one?
We're watching the sex tapes in
Yeah.
2026.
Yeah.
The song is called Sex Tapes and it's like basically saying, I don't miss you. Like I just watch our sex tapes.
Yeah.
But I swear it has deeper meaning than that.
I'm sure. Yeah. I feel like that's also another common theme is just the, sexualization of women in the industry and in music. And I had this conversation yesterday even about how you really have to like stand in your own power. And so it's nice that you can kind of put that in your music and grow through that.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I feel like women, I've just heard so many stories and had so many stories myself. And at the same time, it's like you want to be able to be sexy as a woman. And of course, like we all know sex sells and, when you're doing something public facing, you're going to like want to present yourself in whatever your version of sexy is. But when when you start young and when you have like, I guess it all just depends. It depends a lot on your support system, but I feel like a lot of young girls in this industry that like lack a very strong support system end up getting very, what's the word, pushed into things that they might not have necessarily done. And so there's definitely talk about that on the project, as well as just like kind of making it's kind of wrapped up to be a little more fun sounding than that. But when I really go into it, it's kind of about all of that, all of the dark side.
Yeah. So with this new music, does that mean like the Pretty Evil era is over?
The Pretty Evil era is coming to a close. Not quite yet. I am going to go on tour again for it in January. So I'm thinking the era is going to end with the tour, and then this new era is going to probably pick up right as the tour ends.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw your fans asking, so getting the
Had
answers.
to confirm.
Yes, exactly. Getting the answers for them.
Yes.
You've said previously that you've pulled inspiration from artists like Ariana Grande, Lana Del Rey, Paramore for Pretty Evil. What elements on the album did you pull that inspiration for?
Honestly, Ariana Grande is my vocal queen. She taught me how to sing. Listening to Ariana Grande as like a 13, 14-year-old, genuinely copying her runs and her ad-libs and hearing all the harmonies she was layering is what helped me become a more skilled singer. So I always look to her for vocal inspiration. She's just such a genius in that. And so I'm also just obsessed with her. I'm like literally world's biggest. Yeah. Like she can do no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah, fair.
And then Paramore, I knew I wanted to bring a bit more of a rock element into this. I'm always so scared to say that, but like it's fine. Into this project with songs like Leech and Cherry on Top and Kerosene. And I've been a Paramore stan since like I Heart Boobies bracelets and Silly Bands and Hot Topic. So I kind of like re-entered my Paramore era in preparation for making this album to just get inspo. And also Hayley Williams is one of the most insane vocalists.
Yes.
She actually does not get enough credit for how good she is because in my opinion she's like up there with Ariana Grande.
Oh, same. Yeah, I think she is one of the best like all-around vocalists that we've had
Ever.
in a long time.
Yeah. And the
she's
fact
so
that she
talented.
can do it so effortlessly live for decades at this point, like she sounds just as amazing today as she did in like 2008.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, girl. We need to talk about Hayley Williams
Yes.
more. The internet is not talking about her enough. Yeah, I think like I listen to different artists for like different sectors of inspiration. And so Lana Del Rey to me is like the biggest songwriting inspiration. I think she is an insane genius at songwriting and is so good at capturing a vibe in her songs to where, I mean, a lot of her songs are like just trains of thought. It's not even really, it's so diaristic and like so her. No one could ever write the things she writes except for her. So that's why I love Lana.
Yeah, I mean, 3 of my favorite artists. So
Yeah, we have the same music taste.
yeah. Your track 911 changed everything for you. I mean, like hundreds of millions of streams later. Did you feel like, obviously that's exciting as an artist to get that kind of recognition. On the flip side, did you feel a pressure to like recreate that in many ways with your new music?
I think definitely. Like, of course, when you get a huge song as an artist, you want to do it again and again and again.
Yeah.
And when you don't, it can be like very discouraging. Like I've definitely gone through times where I'm like, oh, are these songs not good? Is that why 911 blew up and this song didn't blow up? And some of the time, yes. But I think like I've kind of grown past that mentality of, you know, you're not going to have a massive viral song every single time you drop a song. And I've made a lot of songs that are in the sonic world of 911 and people like them. And I've done Halloween EPs and had other songs that like did well in that genre. But honestly, I don't want to let a song from so long ago, that sound, make me feel any type of way now, because now I'm like, if I'm gonna have another viral song, it's gonna be with a completely different audience because it's a completely different like genre of song. So I'm just like, you know, it's all good. If something else were to go viral and it were similar to 911, maybe my answer would change.
When I need someone, my baby plays me like a game. I'm not having fun.
It has been 4 years since Chaotic dropped, and you did talk a little bit about like kind of finding your way back artistically after feeling a bit stifled. How have you changed not only as an artist but as a person from Chaotic to Pretty Evil?
I think I'm such a different person right now than I was at that time that I wouldn't even be friends with myself at that time.
Really?
Yes. Not that I was bad or anything, but I was just going through a lot. That was kind of the era where I had that big team around me that was freaking me out. And I was in a relationship that was really bad with someone who was really struggling with addiction. And I was even struggling in ways myself mentally and with a lot of, you know, unresolved mental things that now I have much more in check, thankfully. And yeah, I look back at myself on that time and I want to just like give her a hug because I'm like, you had no one and you needed someone so bad. But thankfully I'm much older now. I really felt that frontal lobe like finish developing these last couple years. I was like, oh yeah, it's all making sense now. So yeah, I think I've changed so much. I think like my work ethic has changed. My overall mindset on life has changed. Like I have totally different priorities now than I did then. And I think it's just the natural growth from being like 22 to now being 27. Like those are such important mental growth years. So yeah, I'm very different now for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's been 4 years previous. Where do you see yourself 4 years from now?
Let's see. 4 years from now, 4 years from now, I would like to be married, living somewhere very, very land spacious. I don't want to be living in LA in 4 years. And probably just touring. I would love to just continue touring. If I could live half the year like on a farm of sorts and like garden and then half the year on a tour bus, that's so chef's kiss.
Yeah.
That's ideal for me.
It's so funny because I also find that artists are split on their love of touring. Like some artists really love it and they thrive being on the road, and others could do without touring and would love to just live in a studio, release their music. Yep. So you're on the side of loving the touring side.
I love touring.
Yeah.
I literally have the time of my life, even when it's horrible, because it is horrible for certain reasons.
Yeah.
Like it gets dirty, it gets really gross, but I love it so much. Although I will say I haven't done terribly too much of it yet. So maybe that answer would change, but I honestly can't see it changing. I think when I'm on tour, I'm having the best time of my life. And when I dread a tour ending because I just know I'm going to be so depressed when I get back home.
Yeah.
So I think I'll like it forever.
Yeah. And I imagine it's like a great way to connect with your fans. I mean, you're directly getting to interact with them.
That's like the best part of it all. Other than the actual performing itself, getting to like meet your fans face to face just hits so different. I love being able to talk to them on the internet and like go live and all of that, but getting to hug someone and actually like talk to someone about your music, I'm like, that's the coolest thing ever. And it's also this is like kind of narcissistic, but as an artist, it's so validating to meet someone in real life and have them be like, oh my God, this song like helped me through this situation. Cause I'm like, I went through that situation too. And you also went through it. And the fact that my music made you feel better about it, or maybe not even made you feel better, but you just chose to have that be like the soundtrack to that situation for you. That's an honor. Yeah. So it's great. I'm obsessed with touring.
Yeah. What song on the album are you most excited to perform live?
Ooh, I think my favorite to perform live is probably Pretty, because I don't think I'll do that this time, but I've had it as the opener in the past. So it's really fun to perform live, like hearing everyone yell before I come out and then just like the lights turn on. But I think another really fun one is honestly Bite. Bite is so fun. And we have like a lengthened guitar solo in the bridge when we play it live. And like my guitarist Evan just shreds and it's like a great time.
Nice. And your latest release is the song Die. Can you talk about that?
Yes, of course. Die is my song with Ella Bo. I love Ella. She's like one of my best friends, and we've been friends for like 3 years. We met in a session in like 2022, and we've actually made so much music together. Like she produced Valentine, Leech, Ballerina, and co-wrote on those, and then co-wrote on Committed for Life on Pretty Evil. So we've made like a ton of music together. But I love the song. We made it so randomly. We were just hanging out and we were like, we should make a song. And we were talking about like how we both get very obsessed with the people that we like. We can't have normal crushes. Like it's literally like, oh, if I like you, you are like my one line of sight. So we made Die about that. And it's just been so fun. I love her. She's like so crazy talented. We actually joke because she's so talented and she's so sure of herself as a person and an artist, like both in her artistry and in her business, that like so many men get threatened by her and people just like will try her and step to her for no reason, but she always handles herself like super well.
She's like, I'm not the one.
She is really not the one. Like actually she's really not the one. Like you do not want to try Ella. And people do, and she's just like, and it doesn't end well for them.
They learn real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
We talked a little bit about this off camera, but we're both Iraqi.
Yes.
So I feel like you should maybe incorporate Arabic into some of your lyrics one day.
Okay,
I think that'd be so hot.
I actually, in this new project, I do have some Arabic.
Yeah,
for the
oh my
first
gosh,
time.
I can't wait.
Yes, I'm so excited. It's like very minimal Arabic, but people watching are going to be so happy because I swear every time I post anything, the comments are just like, talk in Arabic, speak Arabic, please. Like, so yes, there will be slight Arabic on the new project.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I cannot wait for that.
I had to phone in my mom. I was like, Mom, what's the best way to say this? She's like typing out all the different ways for me.
Yeah, no, I love that. It's so funny because like sometimes I'll do auditions and it'll have to be in like Fusha Arabic, which is like the old school Arabic, and I'm literally like, Mom, like she's like reading my lines with me. She's like, Tamara, what does this mean? I'm like, Mom, just say it in Arabic.
She's like, the accent is not good.
Yeah. I speak Arabic, but like my mom says I do it in an American accent, so it's like American Arabic, which sounds crazy, but
no, I feel that. Yeah, I think some of my cousins that speak Arabic, like I can hear the American Arabic versus the like Iraqi Arabic. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm sure your mom's probably excited to hear, like she probably already heard the music, but that you're incorporating Arabic into it.
She is. She's been telling me to do it for years. Like that woman will not rest. Well, now she can rest because I did it. It's been her dream. I did it for her, but honestly, I think it'll be really cool.
Yeah.
I want to incorporate my culture like more into who I am as an artist because it did genuinely influence me so much growing up. I'm like, a lot of people don't even know I'm Iraqi, like don't even know I'm Arab. And I'm like, that's a huge part of who I am. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I didn't know until I went to your Instagram and I saw the flag and I was like,
you're like, this white girl?
And I literally was like, why does she have an Iraqi flag?
Just like, I just really fuck with Iraqi.
Yeah, which I'm not mad at. But yeah, then I like obviously was doing research and I was like, oh my God, she's Iraqi too. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
So yes.
Hell yeah, Iraqi girlies, Baghdad girlies.
Yes, exactly. Unite. What does the rest of 2025 look like for you?
Rest of 2025 for me is making a lot of music. I'm actually starting to work now on my next album because I have a lot of shit on my mind right now. So I'm like in the studio making a lot of music. And then other than that, just prepping for tour. I'm starting out 2026 with tour like 2 weeks in. So I'm just going to be vocal lessons, working out. I always try to get in shape before tour because, oh my God, it's such a workout. And either way, I'm going to be like a sweaty, disgusting mess by the end of it. But I like, you want to get like your breath control better and just like get your muscles strong, get flexible. Like that's such a huge thing for me. I like to get down. I like to get on my back. Like I need to get in the gym. But when I'm not about to tour, I never work out. Yeah. So it's like I make it so hard for myself like every time I'm starting from zero.
Yeah.
So about to start that journey. And yeah, just like writing a ton of music right now.
I think people don't realize how much artists are athletes when they're on a stage. Even Travis Kelce was talking about Taylor Swift and he was like, no, she's an athlete. Like the way she goes on that stage and she's like the breath control that you guys do, plus the running around. And Harry Styles is out here running marathons while he's not touring. And you're like how? Also, like, he runs them super fast. I'm like, bro, this is, like, you are an athlete. So
some people are God's favorites.
Yeah, like Harry for sure.
He is one of them. No, but it's so true. And, like, I don't even dance. Like, imagine obviously Tate McRae is, like, quite literally a professional athlete. But, like, even, like, these girls that are popping out crazy choreo, just even me running around the stage and jumping around the stage is so much, like, quite literally drenched in sweat by the end of it, but
Yeah.
that's how you know you had a good time. And also venues need to have better air conditioning.
Yeah.
Like, guys, like, come on.
Yeah, crank the AC.
Not even for me. Like, girlies are passing out in the crowd.
Oh,
like,
no.
we got to get some ventilation. But yeah, it's a crazy workout.
Yeah.
And you're like getting the worst sleep you could possibly get. Because
Right, 'cause you're on a tour
in, like
bus.
a moving vehicle.
Yeah.
And you're eating like Wonder Bread sandwiches every day. But that's what makes it so fun.
Yeah.
You're like, life is not real on tour. Like, you're actually just having the time of your life and eating Wonder Bread sandwiches and
Yeah.
Uncrustables. It's beautiful.
Uncrustables are delicious.
And doing your makeup, every single green room ever known to man is made by men, because
Yeah.
not one of them has a mirror or lights.
lighting. Yeah, it is.
There will be like a mirror and it's just like covered in stickers. And you're like, that's perfect.
Sweet. Yeah. Are there any concerts that you have that you're going to go see that you're looking forward to?
Okay, this is my most controversial hot take, but some of my fans know this about me. I am not a concert person unless I'm
Really?
the one on stage. I don't like big crowds, and I really
fair.
don't like super loud music or any super loud noise at all. And I have like kind of bad experiences from concerts in the past where I've been at, like I was at a music festival and it was a complete accident, but like somebody's chin like head banged into the top
gosh.
of my head and I passed out, and I've
Oh
been
my
in like a
gosh.
near crowd crush experience. So I just prefer
To be on the
not-
stage.
To be on stage.
Yeah, totally fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, your fans are definitely very happy to be in the audience when they see you. So.
But I'll tell you, I am excited to go to the Santa Ana concert of my besties, Ari Abdul and Ella Bo. They're both
nice.
performing. So I'll go to that.
yeah.
Yes.
You'll risk your life for them.
I'll risk my life for them any day of the week. I will be probably on the balcony, like in the corner,
Yeah.
but I'm going to be like the mom in Mean Girls.
Yeah.
So.
You're doing amazing, sweetie. Well, thank you so much, Ellise. It was so nice to meet you and talk with you.
It
And
was so
Everyone
great to
Pretty
meet you.
Evil is out. Go ahead and listen to it.
Go listen to Pretty Evil. Thank you so much
Of
for having
course.
me. It was so fun.
Of course, my pleasure.